Hey guys, welcome to Dow Jones, ES, and EURUSD review. I didn't get a chance to make a video last night, but I'm going to go over really quickly as possible what the setups were that we saw from yesterday afternoon all the way through today afternoon. Very simply, we started off around here in the last video. We had set up a failed breakdown of this Friday afternoon low. We undercut it by nothing. We literally just tagged it and then went right back up consolidated below this area in general, and your entry could have been right around here. That worked out great. Two levels, major levels up. Awesome trade. We came back later that afternoon and offered a second entry. Many times this will happen. We'll go back, retest the breakout area, or retest the entry area for the failed breakdown. If you want to enter this or add to your position, you can wait for the price to bounce exactly at that area and then hold or a couple bounces for confirmation. We went right back up to this area, continued all the way up, and then rest of the night we just consolidated between these two levels. And this new level above was the new Rex level I had where I'm trying to reclaim it. You can see we sold from there. We came back to back tested it again late night. Try to push through overnight around 3, which is a very active time. Thereafter, we sold sideways and flagged. All three of these are sideways flagging, but really this one's the one that is most important to us at this point because it was occurring at a time that we should be awake. And we did a classic setup where we undercut the overnight late lows at a level and then went right back up. So I didn't take this, but it was a great setup for someone who wanted to take it. Low volatility, but it worked for sure. One level up and then it sold back down. Afterwards, which we got a little trappy, but we did have two setups here. So we're on a 15-minute chart. The first setup is we undercut this low around 9:30, and we went up a little bit, but it wasn't enough. Wasn't much profit available on top, so it wasn't a great setup. But then afterwards, which we set that low, we sold down from below that low, almost tagged this level. We missed it by a few. Who knows if my calculations were off by a bit. Maybe I could have used another level on top right here, and that would have made it a little bit more accurate in hindsight. But in general, these levels are usually good for a few points, and this one only missed by half a point. So if you wanted to play this directly, I really wouldn't because it's such a quick volatile sell. But if you do, you could wait for this level above to recover and go long. However, the better setup here, since we had these clear lows, and I'm going to go to a 5-minute chart real quick just to show you how these lows look a little clearer on a 5 minutes. So you can see this one went from 45.50-ish to 45.62-ish, so 12 points right there, clear low. We lost it at 10:30, and then we went about to reclaim it right after at 10:35. So going back to 15-minute real quick, the entry for the failed breakdown here could have been right here. However, there was a shelf of lows here overnight. So one thing that could happen is you could enter right here, and then it could get rejected right here. So what you'd want to do is probably wait for this whole area to clear, and that minor level right here ends up becoming the trigger that we're looking for entry for a failed breakdown of not just these lows, but the overnight low. A little bit safer, lower risk, but obviously higher stop loss here, but you just want to make sure you get the best quality trade. So again, the lower quality trade probably would have been the failed breakdown here just because it's so close to these other lows. However, if you waited, then the reclaim of this little trigger right here above this major level would have worked out great. We eventually tried to push through again the reclaim level and we sold back down. One more chance for acceptance, and then we started pushing back up. So that's why this was a reclaim, clear resistance. Tricked many people trying to go long 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times before the 6th time finally pushed through. And lo and behold, we went up right to the target area, tagged it and sold, consolidating now. Best setup here will be just sideways consolidation back into this reclaim area, maybe even undercutting the trigger low, setting up another failed breakdown later this afternoon. That'd be ideal. So real quick now, let's go to ES. And we're gonna still stay on a 15-minute chart. We're looking for what happened at yesterday afternoon. So what we did around 12 o'clock, 12:30 is We came back down, we undercut these lows and set up a little failed breakdown. That worked out great. Offered a second entry here later in the day, and then we just consolidated in this area all the rest of the night, overnight. Nothing was really presented until we had a perfect little failed breakdown of the Monday lows. But that's what I had in my notes here. I wanted to see this get undercut and then recover a little bit above this major level. That's where I have the green line. Simply put, perfect setup, worked out great. That's all I have in ES. The setup I'm looking for now, it could be sideways selling into this level, maybe some structure forms where we sell, bounce, sell again, undercut some type of low made here, and then reclaim this level. Otherwise, I'm looking for a failed breakdown of this level, ideally. If not, a tag of this level and a recovery of this level will be of interest. Below all this, I'm looking at one more test of these lows right here, a dip in recovery in this general area. Maybe we can get low as this level to really trap some people, maybe even lower here, then this low could come into play. But realistically, not seeing any setups until we sell. For ES though, this is the new reclaim level, so this should provide resistance of somewhat. We already sold from there multiple times. Let's see if it can push through this time. Last but not least, EURUSD. Let's see where we were yesterday, around 12:30-ish. We were selling down. We've set up a nice failed breakdown. I took that trade. There was a low set in the morning. We undercut it. We consolidated below it and then popped around 1 o'clock. Took that over here. Dealt with some choppiness here until we finally started pushing later in the day. This is a clear resistance now. I haven't adjusted the levels yet from last night. I'm going to do that today for EURUSD. The only setup that I'm seeing here was the one that I took this morning where we undercut these lows. And there was a little bit of a low here too if you want it to be riskier, but I think clearing these lows and this low right here would have been better. That's where I have this green line here. I waited for that to trigger. I took that trade from 1738-ish up until 1759-ish, so over 20 points. Then I sold most of my position. My runner got taken out, and here I am now. I did take another trade here that actually lost, so I'll be transparent. I saw the lows here. I saw the consolidation here. I entered after waiting for 15-20 minutes, and then it went up a little bit, but I didn't take profit. I could have. I entered around 1723-ish. That went up 6 points. I didn't take the profit. I thought we could get up to this level. I was wrong. I took a little loss there, and now I'm just waiting for more setups. We just tagged this low. We missed it by, I think, just 0.1. 17.039, 17.042. Yeah, so we missed that. I would love to see us lose this low, and then maybe we could set up a failed breakdown of all these. But at this point now, I'm looking at this failed breakdown recovery is back alive, and I think the recovery of this could show us some fireworks because we came back down. Maybe we can trap people below and go from there. So that's all I'm seeing right now. Last thing is I have a low right here from Friday in EURUSD. That'd be a great long as well.